I'm Phillip Arentsen. We're from Albers, Illinois. We milk about 110 cows with 2 Lely A4s. The current tank average right now is like 91, somewhere in there. We are in the robots 7 years now. We used to milk probably 200 cows 3 times a day through a milking parlor, and I guess the main reason we went to robots is some of the employment issues, and we were always huge on cow comfort. And with the robots, we actually improved cow comfort from going to the milking parlor 3 times a day. Our cows are hardly ever standing. They're either eating, laying down, or getting milked. Our milk goes to Prairie Farms Dairy, usually Carlinville, Illinois. There's the buffer vessel, which we are milking into when the tank is getting washed. So this is the main computer on the Lely T4C, which shows me all my numbers. I look at this at least twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day if I'm around. We're looking for catch cows. I pulled up the milk quality report, see if there's any cows with mastitis, or I'm looking at rumination. Rumination is a big thing. I look at this every morning before I mix feed because I can tell what the cows need by looking at this computer. I probably look at milk per cow the most, but there's other things I look at. So this barn used to be a 4-row freestall barn with outside feeding. We decided to make it a 3-row barn with a feed alley on the south side, room for expansion. We could flip this barn one way to the south and have 4 robots, or possibly flip it to the west and have 8 robots all centered in location. The main reason we did the retrofit was because of more reasons. We didn't want to redo everything back there. We flush right now, so we flush as many times as we're out here. It's a manual flush right now, but the water flushes down the alley, flushes in the north through the sand alley. The sand cleans itself by the flush water. We stack it, let it dry, and we can put that back into free stalls where we bed at least once a week. So I guess another reason we went to robots is the quality of life. My day, I start at 4 o'clock in the morning. Usually, I can be done here out in the dairy by 6:30 in the morning. I usually go inside, I'll make breakfast, and then I get my kids to school. Come back here, we take this other things, bed in the barns, calves, whatever, all that stuff. And then usually by 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we're done for the day. Before robots, I was doing a lot of the night milking, so I would get out of here at 8 o'clock at night, and it'd be 2:30 in the morning before I would be done milking. Which that was before kids too, and the wife and kids changed a lot of it. So I got 3 boys. They are 10, 9, and 7, and then I got a newborn girl, which is 6 months old. I could see a couple of the boys being farmers, but maybe the girl too. We're out here a lot in the afternoons together if we're not doing something else outside of the farming. We ship to Prairie Farms Dairy. We are currently milking 110 cows right now. We got a 91 pound tank average, which is right at our quota, maybe a little under. The thing I'm striving for now is I want to increase my butter fat this spring, get some better forages in the ration, and I am really happy with our milk production right now. Our breeding is going really great. That is one thing with robots. I like to keep the days of milk low. But some of your tail line cows or the cows that are going to be your fetch cows. I don't like fetching cows. 7 years ago, we went from we were always milking 3 times a day. We were milking at 10, 2, and 6 in the morning, which was a 7-hour shift. So we were milking 21, 22 hours a day with, we had probably 6 employees. So now we actually downsized. We went from 240 cows down to 120 with plans to eventually go back to 240 with 4 robots. Right now, that's probably not, with the quota and everything that we have, that's probably not going to happen here anytime soon. But I would say the major reason 7 years ago that we went to robots was the labor. We were out here nonstop, never getting away. Now I can work here by myself, 7 hours, and everything will be done. So we now in the fetch pen here, where the robot will divert any cows into. We can swing these gates right here, and we will have 6 free stalls, water, and feed for any cows that are caught in here from morning to evening. We don't catch cows at night unless it's herd check morning. Then we start at 2 in the morning. catching cows for our 8 o'clock herd check. When we do herd check, the cows come in here. They are faced at an angle, 8 cows in the rail. He comes through here, checks them. If we do have any cows that need a special attention, we'll swing the gate. The cow goes in there, she gets locked, and we continue on with herd check with the rest of the herd. Very minimal cow touches on this farm. And if they do happen, they happen right here. We trim feet once a month, and we decided to do that on the other side of the robot farm, on the east side of the barn, mainly because I've heard stories that people doing it around the robots, they lose pounds of milk. The wheels on the grinder, on the trimming, really affects some of the visits, I think. So we try to do that on the east side. I built a chute, so I can basically set it up, and it probably takes about a half hour for me to set it up. It's a chute with gates. So we basically trim down there. So we use sand bedding in our free stalls. I try to use a really fine sand. I don't like the rocky sand that we use. It's really good for cow comfort. And here you can get a better view of our 6 stalls that we use for our catch pen. Down here we got, this is kind of the retrofit of the barn. You can see the new wood down there further on. That's where we, that's where the milking parlor was tied into the old barn. That all got torn down 2 years ago and refinished it all. The feed alley went all the way down then. At first, the feed alley was just halfway. So we finished that, and ever since then, we've been really doing good. We probably gained, I don't know, 7, 8 pounds by finishing the feed alley and finishing that new barn, getting more airflow in here. The old roof line was really, it was probably 8 foot shorter than what these rafters are. So we got a lot more room for ventilation and everything else. So manure is flushed. This concrete right here is flushed 5 or 6 times a day, sometimes 8, 10. I would like to put an automatic flush valves in. That's in the plan for hopefully this year or next year. So now it's manually, but there's a wall of water basically that comes down here. All the manure goes down through this alley, and then it goes into a sand separator where the sand settles out. We stack the sand back out of that, pile it up. We let it dry for weeks, months, and then we'll put it back in here, clean sand. So we push up feed every other hour until about 2 in the morning. Then it goes every hour until 6 o'clock in the morning. When I'm mixing feed and everything else, it pauses till 9 o'clock or so, and then it starts again every other hour. So we have the Juno Flex. It pushes up feed on the way down and on the way back. The charger is down there at the end of the barn, and it's been a really nice tool. It keeps us out of here. Before we had the Juno, I would come in here with a skid loader and push up feed probably, I don't know, probably 10 times a day almost. Whenever I was on the skid loader, I would push up feed. That really caused an issue because I was going inside at night. I would help with the kids, and then 8 o'clock at night, I would come back out here just to push up feed. So that really helps my lifestyle with the Juno. Thanks for visiting Arentsen Dairy, and my tip to be any robot farmer that wants to do it would be to tour 15, 20 different farms. Take their best ideas and put them onto your farm. We've got a very efficient farm here with it's pretty much a one-man show if you want to speak.